Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of UnrealEntGaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Seth?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the dominoes and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Well, it looks as though everything that Gohan had been fighting so valiantly for has all now come down to this. For this will be unlike anything that Gohan was ever shown having to go through before. And while Universe 15's God of Destruction is known for his sneaky tactics and very deceitful mannerisms, I sure do hope that for Gohan's sake he is able to use every ounce of power within this very being to pull through and win this battle, because if he ponders in this fight even for a moment, then I have no doubt in my mind that Universe 15's God of Destruction will destroy him.
Our story now continues back within Universe 15 with God of Destruction Gardox being shown getting ready and having to initiate his battle against Beast Gohan, to which moments before engaging upon Gardox being shown flicking away his card and cracking his neck before having to fight Gohan was when Gardox then went on to chime in. You know, I will admit and say that it's honestly quite rare for me to find the mortal with this much fire and determination that comes from deep within their mortal spirits, but just so you know that in the end, the gap between our power is far larger than you think, and no amount of mortal determination will possibly be able to bridge that together, Saiyan. For I've seen many things in my time, but to see a mortal standing before a God of destruction with this much resolve is new to me. But understand that this won't save you, Gardox continues. So it's kinda like Beerus once said, better you than me, right, Gohan? Because that's exactly what this is going to be. Your massacre, not mine. Your downfall, not mine. Your loss as Beerus's underling, and not mine. And so you may have been lucky enough to pull yourself together in overcoming my first two challenges, but now that I can fully see as to what I'll be going up against, this battle will be a piece of cake. And while Beerus believes that he could mold champions in his own image, here you stand unaware of the doom that awaits, as I will take everything away from him just as once I had everything taken away from me. And I will start with you, for I will extinguish the light that Beerus sees within you creatures, and then I will go on to extinguish him, leaving nothing but darkness in my wake, just as it was when me and my entire universe was once erased long ago, Saiyan. As Gohan went on to address Piccolo by then responding, listen, I'll go and take it from here since I'm the one that he's mostly interested in, and so don't get yourself involved in this, Gohan says. And with how he tried to use my daughter as bait against me, he's mine, Piccolo. With Piccolo responding, well, I can't make any promises out there, especially if I see it that you're in grave danger out there against him, but do what you must and go show that God of Destruction as to what you're made of, and don't hold anything back against him, especially after with what he did, Gohan. So I'll be watching. With Gohan responding, I plan on it, Piccolo. And so I don't know how many times I have to go and tell you that I'm not one of Lord Beerus' students, Gohan says. Nor was I ever someone that Lord Beerus had ever kept close to him, but the fact that you continue to ramble on about how badly you want to try and get back at him over his comments towards you following your erasure only goes to show and highlight your fragile ego, Lord Gardox. this. You call yourself a god of destruction, but yet you stoop as low as to use innocent lives as bait, and that's a coward's move. Not a god of destructions, Gohan says. And now for your sake, I hope that being erased for this long hasn't caused you to grow rusty, because I'm about to introduce you to a level of pain that you have never went and experienced before by the hands of a mortal, and so now I'm ready. Now make your move. As an irritated Gardox went on to then respond, "Oh, really? Well, I can already see that you have quite the mouth on you, given how you must have inherited this trait from Lord Beerus. But I like your enthusiasm, Saiyan, and so I'm hoping that you can keep it during our fight, because nothing is going to bring me more joy than to watch you eat those words, mortal. But now remember, Saiyan, as it won't be a matter of if, but rather when you lose, for you can go and kiss everything you love and all those whom you've held near and dear to your heart goodbye." And with the final challenge of my 3 stages of hell game underway, Gardox went on to continue by then being shown dashing towards Gohan. "This will forever be known from this day forward as the last place that you will ever have the chance to see. And as your pathetic destroyer once said, better you than me, right, mortal? Now show me what your power can do." To which seconds later, with Beast Gohan then shown having to put his guard up, with Gardox being shown smashing right into it, was when Piccolo then went on to chime in. "Oh, I don't like this scenario that Gohan is placed here at all, for he isn't accustomed to brawling against the god of destruction, let alone one that we haven't ever seen or heard from before, and so I hope that he could pull through on this one, because I can already tell that this isn't going to be easy." "So, you were fast enough to see my attack coming by putting up your guard, huh?" Gardox went on to address Gohan by responding. "I could do that in my sleep, and so don't gas yourself up over something as unimpressive as that, mortal," as Gohan then went on to respond. "Oh, enough! I'm sick of listening to you run your mouth, and so stop treating this as it's some kind of a sick game. And so now show me what you've got, so that way I can hurry and be done with you and get back into reaching my daughter." But even then, despite with Beast Gohan's best efforts, with Gohan shown attempting to strike Gardox, with Gardox shown avoiding each and every single one of Gohan's punches, was when Gardox then went on to respond. "Whoa, now this is what I'm talking about, but you are far too slow if you hope to make contact here against me. But why are you in such a rush when the final round of our game is only now just getting started?" Gardox questions. "Surely you don't think that I'm in any sort of rush to end this as quickly as you are now, do you, Saiyan? Cause that really wouldn't be a whole lot of fun, now would it? And do you want to know why? Cause I want to go and get as much out of you that I possibly can before I go and decide as to when I've had my fun with you, Saiyan. And with how slow you seem to be moving since you appear to be having trouble in touching me, you will never manage to get a hold of your precious daughter with laughable speed like that, mortal. So what's wrong? I thought you had luck here on your side against me, because it sure doesn't seem like you're getting lucky to me, you chump." "Oh, he's toying with him at this point," Piccolo went on to then chime in. "He's toying with Gohan because he's not only trying to go and get under Gohan's skin, but he's also trying to go and get Gohan to make as many mistakes that he can while using it as leverage. Oh, damn that little troll." To which, as Gohan was then shown having to miss one of his backhand strikes, was when Gardox then went on to continue. "Watching you struggle to keep up like this is honestly pitiful, but I shouldn't go and expect much coming from Beerus's universe of all places, but I don't understand on how your daughter continues to root for you, Saiyan, as she should be looking up to me as her role model, a god with limitless capabilities, not you, as you're like a fish who's out of water. But don't you worry," Gardox continues, "because soon enough you won't be around long enough to see it after I go and make your daughter a permanent member of Universe 15. And even though I'm sure that Beerus really wouldn't care too much, but I know that you will." Which, come to think of it, Gardox went on to circle around by plopping onto Gohan's head. "Vodkel just now had mentioned that you were shown having to exert a far greater level of strength than, well, whatever the hell this is supposed to be, but I don't happen to see it. And so are you hiding it from me, or do I have to go and get your daughter here so that—" But then, it was only just before Gardox even had the opportunity to finish as Gohan went on to reach on up above him and grabbing Gardox by his body, was when Gohan then went on to respond. "I told you before, and so I will go and tell you one last
time, you ugly little goblin. Leave my daughter out of your twisted games, as this is between me and you, and I plan on keeping it that way.
But unfortunately enough, with Gohan being shown having to attempt to slam Gardox's body down onto the ground, with Gardox now being shown having to vanish, was when Gardox then went on to respond.
Oh, getting a little aggressive now, are we? Well, it took you long enough to show me more of that same power that you used to destroy that android, but you'll need to be much faster than this if you hope to do any damage to me, with Gohan responding, oh damn that monster. He's a lot faster than I gave him credit for, but I've got to try and focus. He's small, which means that his movements are going to be a lot quicker to try and keep up with here, but I need to try and detect when and where he will re-enter, so that way I can catch him by surprise when he least expects it. Oh, and I can sense him on the move, but I can't tell on where he'll be coming from unless... Yes, now I know. Right there, Gohan says.
In which from out of nowhere now, just as Gardox was shown attempting to strike Gohan from behind, with Gohan being shown ducking on under and having to retaliate, was when Gohan then went on to respond.
You may be far more elusive to keep up with than I thought that you'd be, but these games and this twisted sense of revenge that you have towards Lord Beerus is going to lead you down the path to your ultimate undoing, Destroyer. And by believing that it was a good idea to use my little pan here against me that will help you, what you only ended up doing instead was digging your own grave, Destroyer. Yes, good. That's the way, Gohan,
Piccolo went on to then shout.
Remember what he tried to go and use your daughter for here, Gohan. Remember his motives along with what he tried to do to us as a means of providing him with entertainment, Gohan. And so don't stop hunting him. Give that bastard exactly what he has coming, and don't stop until it's over and over for good.
But it only had now looked as though Gardox had other plans, because despite with Beast Gohan doing his best and having to chase Gardox up towards the sky, was when Gardox then went on to respond.
Oh, now don't gas yourself up just yet, because one momentary instance of success will not win you the fight, mortal. And in case you assume that I am like any of those whom you've waged war with before, then allow me to prove on how wrong you are to have challenged me.
Gardox went on to then vanish upon having to redirect his blast.
And if you want to try and showcase more of your aggressive side towards me,
Gardox went on to appear from behind before having to elbow Gohan in the spine.
Then I will go and do exactly the same against you. Oh, darn it. Now I know as to why that Destroyer's attack seemed like it was off,
Piccolo responds.
It's because it wasn't. He went and used it as a distraction to close in on Gohan's blind spots while redirecting his attack right back. Oh, Gohan, be careful. He's going to send the attack right back.
In which that was exactly what Gardox had went and had his attack do, because upon this attack now being shown having to slam into Gohan as Gohan made his way back down, was when Angel Vodka went on to then chime in. Well, I knew that Lord Gardox would go and start to show more of his aggressive side sooner or later in this battle against Gohan, but, well, my only question now is, will Lord Gardox allow for the mortal to be given too much time to grow before he decides to end the battle? Because it may not be in Lord Gardox's best interest to allow for this to continue any longer than it should, but we will see. In which back on over down below, as Gardox was then shown having to slam his way down and sitting on Gohan's body before addressing him, was when Gardox then went on to respond.
You foolish little pointy-haired Saiyan, don't you ever in your life think that you can try and one-up me like that again? And just who the hell do you think you are to go and try to talk to me with such disrespect? I am not Universe 7's God of Destruction, Saiyan. You are in my house, and I make the rules around here, Saiyan.
As it was over and over and over and over again, as Gardox was then shown punching Gohan in the face with absolute fury behind his motives, was when Gardox then went on to then continue.
And so you will not ever go and speak to me like that ever again, Saiyan, ever again. Never, never, ever again. Do you hear me? Never. And so wake up, Saiyan. Better him than me, huh? Better me than him, right? Well, better you than me, Saiyan. Better you to suffer than me.
As Piccolo went on to then chime in.
Oh no, get up, Gohan. Get up and fight, and don't let him do this to you. And so now stand back up and hurry and fight back. Yes, that's right, mortal. You hear that? Stand back up and fight. Stand back up and do it. Go on, do it. What's wrong? Gardox questions. Having trouble? Go on then. Stand back up and honor your destroyer's name and fight back, Saiyan. Do it. Do do it so that I may go and put you right back in your place where you belong.
In which, brutally enough, as Gardox was then shown holding on to Gohan's wrist and continuously being shown kicking Gohan in the face, was when Gardox then went on to continue.
This isn't just a fight, but it's a schooling in the natural order of a harsh lesson that some heights are simply unattainable for mortals like yourself. And so you're learning it now, aren't you? You're starting to see it now for yourself that you are no match for me and you never will be, aren't you, Gohan? Well, learn. Learn your place, mortal. Learn. That's right, learn.
But fortunately enough now, within that moment, as Gohan had now found it within himself, in raising his leg up to knee Gardox in the spine, was when Gohan then went on to respond,
No, I won't quit. Not now. Not while Pan still needs me, and so now get off of me. And so I told you once before, and I'll go and tell you again because you don't seem to get it, and so now open your ears. Open your ears and listen up, as long as there is air that flows through my body, and so as long as my daughter is there who needs me, then I won't stop fighting you until you are destroyed.
And with what it was that Cell had said, Gohan continues upon being shown dashing towards Gardox.
With no one here that can help aid me in winning, I have to be the one to do it. I have to be the one to do it since I can't go and rely on others to do it for me, and so now let's go!
So there's more gas left in that tank of yours than I thought, huh? Gardox responds.
And here I thought that I had you pinned and beat, but it looks as though you've given me all the more reasons to enact on something that I quite frankly haven't went and used in a very long time. Because not for nothing, that one actually hurts. But alright then, you little punk, bring it.
That's right. Come on now, Gardox sinisterly went on to then respond.
That's right, yes, right this way. You don't want to disappoint your daughter now, do you, Saiyan? So come on, that's right. Do as you just said and continue to fight me until I'm destroyed. Come on, but here's a little word of advice for you in the meantime, Gardox then says. As whatever you end up doing, and no matter how badly you want to go and try and defeat me, do yourself a really huge favor and try not to go and take your eyes off of me. And so I hope that you aren't allergic to dust, because here's a little destroyer's magic for ya.
As this was bad, because from out of nowhere, the moment upon with Gardox being shown throwing this destroyer's dust into Gohan's eyes and momentarily having to blind him, was when Piccolo himself had now decided to get involved in not having to stand for such tactics being used on Gohan, as Piccolo then went on to quickly respond,
Oh no, I can't just stand around here and watch this god of destruction continue to do this to you, Gohan. I won't allow you to go and continue to have your way with him like this, especially if you're going to be using underhanded tactics. You hear me? You are no true god of destruction. You're just a deranged and twisted little maniac who's hell-bent on getting revenge over words that were spoken of you but never acted upon. And so I won't have you go and take this out on Gohan anymore.
Of course, Gardox responds, but the audacity to question my methods in battle as well as to challenge the conduct of my status as a destroyer is utterly laughable. For I'll go and do as I please in any battle that I find myself in, no matter the circumstances behind it. And as a god of destruction, my actions are not bound by the narrow views of right or wrong held by mortals such as you. But if you truly want to know about what I think, Gardox responds, well, this is what I think upon Piccolo being shown missing one of his strikes with Gardox being shown elbowing Piccolo in the stomach. I think I will go and do whatever it is that I want to and use whatever means that I can in order to establish my dominance in battle, whether you want to go and agree with my methods or not, you weakling. As a blinded Gohan then went on to shout,
Oh, Piccolo! No! What did you do, Destroyer? Leave him out of this, you hear me?
Pathetic. I grow tired of having mortals such as yourself question my place, Gardox continues,
as if your god of destruction is any better, and so you will know your place. And so now stay right there. Now back to you, Gohan. What's the matter? Are your eyes starting to burn? Oh, the irony. Beerus Beerus thought that he was grooming a champion, but in reality, he was only setting the stage for your ultimate failure, mortal. But I have an idea. Since your daughter seems to be quite invested in our battle, of course your daughter and Vodka who are keeping an eye on us after all, and so while they watch, how about we go and spice things up a bit before I end you? As it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the Resurrected Fallen Gods of Destruction, the Universe 15/Universe 16 Saga Manga Chapter number 10 special then comes to a close.
Actually, I'll go and take it from here, as I do want to go as far as to address something with all of our dear viewers at the moment. As before I go and give you the following information, if you aren't already a member of Unreal's Patreon community, then you are truly missing out on so much without you even knowing. As not only is the next episode already on the page, but if you want to support all of the content that you see and gain access to tons of exclusives along the way, then we do encourage for you all to become members of our Patreon community today, for we will link it all down in the description box below and pinned comment section. Now, I do believe that it's safe to say that although it won't be an easy challenge to overcome, if Gohan truly wishes to be able to liberate himself and his loved ones from Lord Gardox's vices, then he will have to give it everything he has if he hopes to make it out of this battle in one piece. But it's not to say that Gohan can't get the job done, but it surely will feel like an impossible task for him to manage, especially since Lord Gardox is as sinister as they can possibly come, and so you do not want to miss out on what is about to take place next. So we hope that you all enjoyed. As before you leave, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up by smashing that like button on your way out, as well as subscribing to UnrealEntGaming's channel in case you are new around here. We thank you all for watching and hope you all have a wonderful day, everyone, as we'll see you all in the next one.
Hello! Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to UnrealEntGaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi!
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. Let's cut to the video.